Carl Jung's Analytical Psychology. Carl Jung's Analytical Psychology is one of the most fascinating and influential ideas in modern psychology. While Sigmund Freud focused heavily on sexuality and unconscious desires, Jung wanted to go deeper into the human mind, exploring not just individual experiences but also shared patterns that he believed connected all human beings. His theory tries to explain how people find meaning in life, how they grow as individuals, and how they deal with conflicts inside themselves. To put it in simple words, Jung's psychology is about understanding the hidden layers of the mind and how these layers shape who we are. One of Jung's most famous ideas is the concept of the unconscious mind, which he divided into two types. The first is the personal unconscious, which is unique to each individual and contains forgotten experiences, memories, and repressed thoughts. The second is the collective unconscious, which he believed is shared by all human beings. The collective unconscious is like a deep mental library filled with universal symbols and patterns of behavior, which he called archetypes. These archetypes show up in myths, religions, dreams, and even in modern movies and stories. For example, the hero, the mother, the wise old man, and the shadow are all archetypes that appear across cultures and times. Jung believed that these universal patterns guide how people understand life and relate to one another. Another important part of Jung's theory is the idea of archetypes themselves. Archetypes are not fixed characters but rather symbolic forces or themes that live in the collective unconscious. The shadow, for example, represents the dark, hidden, or rejected parts of ourselves that we may not want to face. The anima and animus represent the feminine side of men and the masculine side of women, and Jung believed that integrating these inner opposites was important for growth. The self is the most powerful archetype, representing the wholeness and unity of the human personality. Jung suggested that the journey of life is about moving closer to this wholeness, a process he called individuation. Individuation, according to Jung, is the lifelong process of becoming your true self. It is not about becoming perfect but about accepting both the light and dark sides of your personality, balancing different aspects of yourself, and finding deeper meaning in life. For instance, someone who spends their entire life ignoring their emotions may need to face their feelings in order to feel complete, while someone who is too dreamy may need to become more practical. Jung argued that dreams often provide clues about what part of ourselves we need to pay attention to, because dreams contain symbols from both the personal and collective unconscious. Dream analysis was one of Jung's main tools for understanding the unconscious. He encouraged people to look at the symbols in their dreams not just as random images but as messages from the unconscious. For example, dreaming about a shadowy figure might mean that a person is ignoring something important about themselves. Jung did not believe that one symbol had the same meaning for everyone. Instead, he suggested that each person must reflect on their own experiences and emotions to understand what the symbol means for them. Another big idea in Jung's analytical psychology is the concept of personality types. He believed that people could be understood based on their natural tendencies. He identified two main attitudes, introversion and extroversion. Introverts focus more on their inner world of thoughts and feelings, while extroverts focus more on the outer world of people and activities. Along with this, he described 4 psychological functions: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. These functions describe how people prefer to take in information and make decisions. Jung's work in this area later inspired the creation of the popular Myers-Briggs type indicator, which many people still use today to understand their personality type. Jung also explored the importance of religion, myths, and spirituality in human life. While Freud saw religion mainly as an illusion, Jung believed that religious symbols and myths play a powerful role in helping people connect with the deeper parts of themselves. He thought that ignoring these spiritual aspects could leave people feeling empty or disconnected. At the same time, he did not say that everyone must follow a religion. Rather, he emphasized that finding personal meaning, whether through religion, art, philosophy, or personal reflection, is essential for psychological health. Jung's analytical psychology also highlights the importance of balance. He believed that mental problems often arise when people deny or suppress important parts of themselves. For example, someone who always tries to appear strong and independent might suffer inside because they are hiding their vulnerability. In Jung's view, therapy is about helping people face and integrate these hidden aspects rather than simply getting rid of them. By doing so, a person becomes more whole, authentic, and at peace with themselves. In everyday life, Jung's ideas can be applied in many ways. For example, when someone struggles with repeated patterns in relationships, Jung's theory might suggest looking at archetypes or the shadow to understand what is happening. When someone feels lost or without direction, the process of individuation can guide them to explore what is missing or hidden in their personality. Even popular culture today, from movies like Star Wars to superhero stories, uses archetypal patterns that Jung described, which is why they feel so familiar and powerful to audiences across the world. Jung's analytical psychology is not always easy to understand, and some of his ideas, like the collective unconscious, are debated even today. But many people find his work deeply meaningful because it connects psychology with culture, history, spirituality, and personal growth. Unlike purely scientific approaches that focus only on behavior or brain chemistry, Jung's theory respects the mystery and depth of human experience. In simple terms, Jung believed that each person is on a unique journey to discover who they truly are. Along the way, they face inner conflicts, symbols, and dreams that guide them. By paying attention to these signs and integrating different parts of themselves, people can live more balanced and meaningful lives. His work continues to inspire psychologists, artists, writers, and individuals who want to better understand the human mind. If you enjoyed this explanation of Carl Jung's analytical psychology and want to keep learning more about psychology and sociology in simple and engaging ways, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more content to bring knowledge closer to everyone.